Let's start with the prompt. Which choice best describes data in the table that supports the researcher's conclusion? So let's find out what their conclusion is. Researchers conducted an experiment to understand how we use rankings to make decisions. They created a fictitious travel website describing 5 museums. Then they invited 2 groups of participants who had never visited the museums to review the site and select the museum they'd be most likely to visit. Meanwhile, the researchers tracked the amount of time each participant spent reading about each museum. For one group, the website ranked each museum, titling the page "The Top 5 Museums in London." For the other group, the museums and their descriptions were not ranked. The researchers concluded that when reviewing ranked lists, we tend to focus on the top ranked option. So we're looking for the conclusion, which is that when we're reviewing ranked lists, we tend to focus on the top ranked option. So how does the data back that up? Here, we're looking at the time participants spent reading about 5 London museums. This is the top ranked museum, and guess what? People spent the greater amount of time here reading about it when there was a ranking, and when there wasn't a ranking, they didn't spend the greatest time reading that one. So let's look at the answers. A says participants who were not provided with a ranking spent roughly equal amounts of time reading about each museum. That's generally true, but we're looking for something that says that people spent more time when there was a ranking, focusing on the top ranked option. B, participants who were provided with a ranking of the museum spent disproportionately more time reading about the British Museum. That's true, and that supports our point. When there was a ranking, they spent more time reading about the number 1 ranked option. C, participants who were provided with a ranking of the museum spent the least amount of time reading about the natural history. That's true, and that does support the point, but we're looking not for the negative, which one they spent least time looking at, we're looking for the positive, that they spent more time looking at the top ranked. And D, participants who were not provided with a ranking of the museum spent the most time reading about the Victoria and Albert Museum. Well, we're looking for what happened with the ones who were provided with the ranking. Here, they were not provided. So the answer here is B.